Imagine a country buying 1,000 luxury cars and then simply deciding not to pay for them. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, strap in, because today we're diving into the astonishing tale of how Sweden lost 1,000 Volvos to North Korea. A story of diplomacy, debt, and yes, a whole fleet of cars that seemingly vanished into thin air. In the 1970s, the world was a different place. Disco was king. Flared trousers were the height of fashion, and Sweden was about to make a deal that would go down in history, but for all the wrong reasons. This isn't just a story about cars. It isn't just a story about economics, international relations, and a deal that turned into one of the most bizarre episodes of the Cold War era. So, let's set our time machine to 1970s Sweden and start this extraordinary journey. Sweden in the 1970s was not just about ABBA and IKEA. It was also home to Volvo, a brand synonymous with safety, reliability, and a touch of Scandinavian elegance. The Volvo 144 was a star in its own right, sturdy, dependable, and stylish. In a uniquely understated way, these vehicles, they were a symbol of Swedish engineering prowess. Now, let's turn our gaze to North Korea in the same era. It was a nation trying to carve out its identity on the global stage, eager to showcase its progress and modernity. What better way to do so than cruising around in some of the finest cars the West had to offer? Enter the deal that would link these two very different worlds. Sweden, in a bid to expand its global market, struck a deal to export 1,000 Volvo 144s to North Korea. The plan: a simple exchange of top-notch cars for cold, hard cash. But here's where our story takes a turn into the surreal. The Volvos arrived in North Korea, all gleaming and new, a symbol of the prosperity and progress that the country aspired to. These cars were set to be the wheels beneath the feet of the elite, a statement of luxury and modernity. However, as the bills for these cars started to come due, something strange happened, or, more accurately, didn't happen. North Korea, it seemed, had a different interpretation of international trade. The payment for these shiny new Volvos, it never arrived. Not a dime, not a cent, not a single Korean won. Back in Sweden, this news was met with a mix of shock, confusion, and a dawning realization that they might have just been part of the biggest car heist in history. Only this heist was carried out not by masked robbers, but by a sovereign state. It was an economic fiasco, a diplomatic headache, and, let's be honest, an absolutely fascinating tale of international intrigue. As years passed, the unpaid debt for these cars turned into somewhat of a legend. The Swedish government and Volvo had little recourse. Diplomatic efforts to reclaim the money proved futile. What about the cars, you ask? Well, they didn't just disappear. They became part of the urban landscape in North Korea, spotted on the streets, a silent reminder of this unusual and unresolved transaction. Some say they were used by government officials, others claim they were repurposed as taxes. The truth, probably a bit of both. But this story is more than just about unpaid bills and luxury cars. It's a snapshot of a time when the world was navigating the complexities of Cold War politics and global trade. Sweden's venture into North Korea with a fleet of Volvos was a bold move, but one that perhaps underestimated the unpredictable nature of international relations. This incident became a textbook example in business schools worldwide, a case study in risk assessment and the importance of understanding the political landscape you're dealing with. So, what does this all mean in the grand scheme of things? It's a reminder that in the world of international politics and economics, things aren't always as straightforward as they seem. Deals can take unexpected turns, and countries, just like individuals, can end up on surprising paths. It's a fascinating glimpse into a moment in history where cars became more than just machines. They became players in a larger geopolitical game. As we come to the end of this remarkable story, one thing is clear. The world of international trade and diplomacy can be as unpredictable as it is intriguing. So, what do you think about this curious case of the 1,000 Volvos? Have you heard of any other bizarre international trade stories? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey through one of the most unusual chapters of Cold War history, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more fascinating tales, and ring the bell to stay updated on all our latest content. Until next time, keep exploring the odd and extraordinary stories that history has to offer.